Fine, hello and welcome to HashtagU South. Today we're going to discuss about the deep south issue of Andhra Pradesh, where the assembly sessions are on and the opposition party head Mr. Jagan Reddy has declined himself and his party members to attend the assembly for further proceedings. He even stated if he was given a long tenure of time, which is irrespective of his position, what he has got by the people's mandate of 11 seats in the election, he wanted unlimited time period in the assembly to discuss about whatever allegations are being posed on him and as well as the errors the present government is continuing to do. But by default, they have stopped attending the assembly and even denied the support for the existing 10 MLAs who want to go to the assembly and speak for the people of their constituencies. But the big breaking today is Bharathi Reddy entering the politics. There's been a subtle rumors, printed rumors in the newspapers of Andhra Pradesh that Bharathi Reddy would be entering politics in a big grand way. There have been a three-phase system in which her interactions with the cadre and the leading MLAs and the top leaders and a mid-cadre. There's been even rumors that Bharathi Reddy has been using the mobile phone of a comfort IAS who is also an accused person in the liquor scam, which is more than 1 lakh crores, being an astonishing figure in Andhra Pradesh, where this kind of scam is for the first time the India is witnessing. And the figures, if you look into the liquor scam, the kickback system which has been held in the liquor scam by just sheer spirit and which has profited many people like Raj Reddy, Vasudeva Reddy, Krishna Mohan Reddy, and if you look into it, there's another person by name Dhananjay Reddy, and Raj Reddy is even stated in his statement that the liquor kickback system has been established only by the request and order of Jagan Reddy, who was once the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. If you look into the analytics of how Jagan Reddy has fallen from 151 to 11 positions, and in spite of being in 11 positions, he has made several requests to consider his party as an opposition party with a status given of a cabinet rank where the position of the case is being still held in the court. He has denied himself to speak for the people, and by the people who has been elected by the 11 positions, he has been so negligent in his answers that he wouldn't come to the floor of the house unless and until unlimited time package has been given for him to speak pro people and even talk about the allegations that have been put on his 5 years tenure. Now the big breaking, if you look into it, it's Bharathi Reddy who has campaigned for Jagan Reddy in their own constituencies in 2019 and 2024. But one must even remember that in 2019, it was not just Bharathi Reddy, it was Sharmila Reddy and Vijaya Reddy who have been the mother and sister of Jagan Reddy. The impact of Sharmila Reddy when Jagan Reddy was in prison for more than 11 months, the entire party was led by Sharmila Reddy, who was denied in a very magnanimous way by his brother Jagan Reddy that it would call to be a nepotism, and if it is very impossible to accommodate his sister in the party, for which she is seeking out to be a member in Congress party, and Vijaya Reddy is fighting a battle in the court for her property against her own son Jagan Reddy. The family is facing a huge gap, and particularly in 2019 elections for Jagan Reddy to win and to get an astonishing seat count of 151, it was possible only through Sharmila Reddy and Vijaya Reddy. But if you look at the impact of what is the impact Bharathi Reddy can do to the state or to the present position, it can be saying nothing. Because Bharathi Reddy has only campaigned about the beneficiary schemes that would be given by Jagan Reddy's tenure, had a very laid-back attitude and were completely not fulfilled in the state. There are many people in Andhra Pradesh who felt nothing was done to them, and there are many people in Andhra Pradesh who have witnessed the liquor scam and witnessed more than 30,000 deaths in Andhra Pradesh by having the sheer spirit which the government of Andhra Pradesh then has surplusly, shamelessly given to people, and have killed more than 30,000 people. And not just with that, there have been many cases that have been flooding to the government hospitals in Andhra Pradesh where people come up with intestinal burn, liver issues, and the cases are just flooding in, and the doctors are finding the root cause to be the liquor which they have taken in the last 5 years. If you observe, the politics just didn't shape as a regular politics in Andhra Pradesh in the last 5 years in the term of Jagan Reddy, but there's been a lot of crudeness included where the sympathy and empathy for people and the political parties have been rubbed away, where nowhere a person is interested to associate themselves in any cadre to Jagan Reddy's party. But if you look into a sheer thing, today Bharathi Reddy, who was a campaigner for Jagan Reddy with less impact, has started making calls to the cadre and the leading politicians just to know what is happening in the cadre and the state politics. This shines to another logic where it is understood if liquor scams to prove to be correct and if Jagan Reddy allegations which have been posed by the present government are to be correct and if said investigation proves to be correct, Jagan Reddy would definitely be called for an investigation that would call for a long-term remand and investigation. In his absence, she want to be the substitute is the rumor of the state today. Now, if the rumors are to be believed, she is in touch with the first phase of cream politicians of a party, knowing the party and the status, and there's a second cadre where the cadre would take the stuff and the crowd and the cadre to Bharathi Reddy, driving them to her, asking to seek her appointment and to meet them personally, and the third phase of her publicity and to reach out to the cadre is the mid-level cadre will get in touch with the third-level cadre and explain what is what Bharathi Reddy wants. There's been a 3-level system established in Andhra Pradesh now for YSRCP party to get into touch with their grassroots level. Now, if you look into the present system of Jagan Reddy operating and answering the questions that have been cited against him and allegations that have been posed against him, he just takes a medium of a press meet where not many channels are seen nor asked to be there. He conveys whatever he wants in a single tone to the public and thinks the press meet is quite enough an element for the present government to let them answer in the way they want. But the Speaker of Andhra Pradesh Assembly has even stated that he might be suspended, he might be disqualified if he's not attending the assembly continuously for 61 days. Irrespective of all these sparkling situations in political journey, Jagan Reddy is very adamant that he would not come to the assembly until there is no unlimited time given to him, and he shall not let his other 10 MLAs go and visit the assembly to speak for the people. Now the question is, the constituency people are really at a verge of anxiety. The 11 positions where the YSRCP has won their elections, the people of the 11 constituencies are questioning why is their representative not going to the assembly and not questioning the government or even exposing what they need. They are in a realm to take up a big rallies conducting. I think it's high time the MLA should resign. And if you look into the last tenure, Jagan Reddy's government has promised many schemes which utterly failed. And looking at the scandalous way, the crude way the politicians have made mockery of politics and body shamed many has been a vivid memory, and no one is forgetting that kind of state of mind what they've exhibited while running in their 5 years tenure. Now when you're coming to the sand mafia that happened in Andhra Pradesh is one of the biggest scam. Coming to Polavaram project, which was damaged to a larger extent, has costed the present government a ton of money more in this low budgeted phase. Shrinking himself in not answering the questions what the ruling party would pose and not having any answer for the liquor scandal, which is one of the biggest scandal India would have ever seen, more than 1 lakh crores. Talking about the sand mafia that happened and betrayal system that has happened in case of liquor scam, and clearly showing us statistics of 30,000 deaths in 5 years. He has no face to face the assembly or the people today. So he opts to be a one-way spectator, giving up whatever information he wants through press meet. Now the question is, why is Bharathi Reddy be entertained in AP politics? Will she be seen as the biggest face of the political game changer? I don't think so. Because if you know, Bharathi Reddy is an entrepreneur who runs her own newspaper and channel by the name Sakshi. Sakshi is the main paper that has printed about Mr. Vivekananda Reddy's murder case, citing it to Mr. Naidu, who was the standing CM then. The entire article played a very dirty game in the minds of public then, and that was also the main reason for Jagan Mohan Reddy to have such thumping majority. But having said, printing such kind of ridiculous, crude articles in a paper, knowing a stranger of this kind of magnitude, will anyone encourage YS Bharathi Reddy? Because today, if you look at the politics in a more nano level, look at it, YS Vivekananda Reddy's daughter, Sunita Reddy, has been exposing many truths about her own father's death and murder. Today, in this kind of phase, where Jagan Mohan Reddy's Pulivendula constituency, where he's heading it for many decades, he has lost even the local body elections without even getting a deposit. This shows that Vivekananda Reddy's murder case has got a lot of sympathy and a lot of against mode towards YSRCP and Jagan Mohan Reddy family in general. And considering Bharathi Reddy as a different entity who is coming herself as a female entity, will she shine? The answer would be no. Because being an entrepreneur, she couldn't actually print the right articles at the time, which has changed the mood of the state in favor of YSRCP, which was a false one. And when coming to even her own personal secretary, who has printed a scandalous, irrelevant language which is not worthy for any woman or a man to read against YS Sharmila Reddy, she didn't even utter a word against it. There was no curtailing of any woman minister in her tenure by her end. From her end, even questioning why was even Nara Bhuneshwari Devi assaulted in the floor of the house. There was not a term of human term which she has mentioned that this is wrong. Such kind of a lady, if she enters into politics, what would be the say that she will stand for the people? I request everyone to mention in your comments as YS Bharathi Reddy's entry in the politics would change or shake the existing government, which is sitting comfortably at 164 seats of majority. Do comment on this and we would get back tomorrow with latest update. That's all for now. Thank you.